Mindset and attitude to selling, where sales happen. So which one is more valuable and important? Is it the selling process or is it the actual sale?
On a book, you're not going to learn in school, you're not going to learn anywhere. And this is 30 years of experience that I've been using for 30 years and has never have failed me. The only time it failed is if I go against it. And every movie's built this way, every movie script is built this way, every advertising and marketing and that you do on Instagram is built on these 3 steps. I call it the OBC. Everything. Opening, body, and close. You have to understand what each position or each element represents and how do you utilize this tool to not only increase your value but generate more sales. This is the selling formula. How many here has heard of Jordan Belfort? Heard of him? It's my homeboy from New York. Wolf from Wall Street. He created this strategy. I co-called for him 30 years ago. That's how I learned the straight line method, which you're about, but I enhanced it. I used it as a tool, thinking outside the box, and then using my style. Okay? Now,
I'm going to stop you right there for a second. Guys, everything that he's teaching, keep in mind, like he touched on this in the beginning. Don't get so caught up in his style. Focus on the fundamentals that he's teaching. You're gonna get to wrap your style around it eventually. Just focus on the fundamentals. If you can do it plain Jane with the fundamentals that he teaches, then you get to go in and add your attitude and style to it.
I like it. That was good. I don't know what to say. What do I continue? No, she's good. No, she's right. Because here's what happened. Once you learn the basics, right, and you apply this every day, your style is your style. It's set up so that you can learn how to tell your story the way you are. See, I tell you the first day, I use my body a lot. I use my hands a lot. I've been trained that way myself. That's how I want to emphasize something, you know, and that's just the way I sell. Okay, but now the opening, the body, the close. There's a saying in sales: always be closing. That's not my language. I don't use that. I don't use what a lot of people, what I call the shepherd's mentality. Always be closing. It's like me saying, I'm the boss, or I'm the leader. Why do I have to say it? People know you're the boss or you're the leader, right? You don't have to, it's just that kind of mindset. So I know I have to close, but I close from when they say hello. I don't have to always, because I am closing throughout the whole process. Okay? So now what's the opening? The opening. Now the opening, it could be on a phone call, it could be a text message, it could be an email. However you take the initiative, these are the 3 things that it must do if you do it right. I'm going to use calls because 95% of my business is making phone calls. It's just the way it is. So the opening, the first thing it does, it sets the tone. What do I mean by tone? Sets the tone of the conversation, the relationship, the selling process. Everything. You determine by your mindset and your strategy how it's going to go. And it becomes a point where you can predict what people are going to say. You're going to lead them into giving you a certain objection so that you could use your powerful rebuttal. So now they don't have no more weapons. So you're going to set the tone. How that deal is going to go, whether it's going to go into escrow next month, or whether it's going to go into escrow 2 days later, and when and how it's going to fund. Because whether you believe it or not, you control if a deal funds or not. Regardless if it's your buyer or not, and I'm going to show you that. Because if I'm on a phone call, and I'm taking the engagement, and I'm doing the call to action, I'm going to do the deal. Because I set the tone. From the first person, from the seller to the buyer to the escrow agent to whoever it is. Because I'm the one that took the initiative. Because I already thought for everybody else. That's the thinking part. Okay, set the tone. What are you supposed to accomplish on the initial contact. Number one thing is trust. And I'll give you an example. For what I do, when I cold call people that I want to either sell my sales training program, or I want to sell an online presence campaign, whatever I'm trying to sell, and I'm cold calling them, I have less than 3 seconds to keep these people on the phone. Because they have the most powerful thing. They can hang up on me, or they can ignore my text message, or ignore my email, because you set the tone for how they're going to perceive you. I'm not in the email business. You want information, you go online. Paul, but I need to see your email. I said, no, I'm not in the email. I'm not sending you my proposal email. It's not personal. I'm going to go meet with you. I'm going to give it to you hand-in-hand, because, you know, I like personal things, and then we're going to sign the deal. I set the tone, not them. I tell them what to do without telling them what to do. That's skills. So now here's the thing. They have the most powerful thing to hang up the phone on me. But after those 3 seconds, they mine. I own them. And it's for their best interest. Not trying to sound arrogant or conceited. It's just my personality. It's my conviction. So I have to earn trust right away. And I say one thing in my position. I'll be brief and to the point. I know that you're busy. That's it. I earn my trust. Because before you tell me I'm busy, then I have to defend that. I already know you're busy. So I don't even want you to talk yet. I'll let you know when to talk. Because I got to diffuse that. Because all they have is negative response. Oh, you're a cold caller, you're a telemarketer. Yeah, I'm a telemarketer. You got something against telemarketing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm cold calling you. But you're about to give me a credit card in about 25 minutes. And they're like, holy shit, how do you do that? That's because I'm convinced. I know what I have. Okay, so what's the second thing you have to earn? When you build trust, remember, if you don't trust somebody, you ain't going to invest with them, right? I don't care if they got the greatest things in slice bread. If I don't even trust you a little bit, I don't care what you have. It ain't happening. Goodbye, have a good day. Number 2. Respect. Now I want you to think about this. Whether it's a phone call, email, text, social media, how many people you think are emailing them, texting them, social media them in real estate?
A good amount.
Good amount, right? They probably know the script better than you do. So me, if I'm on the phone every day, 8 hours a day, I'll be damned if that person's going to be better than me on the phone or on a text message. Just not going to happen. Mindset, attitude, strategy, action, results. So now you got to earn respect. Now when you earn that respect and you earn that trust, how easy is it to lose it? Like that. Mispronounce one word. And they don't even know it feels wrong. Ask a dumb question in their mind is dumb. They give you an objection and you get defensive because you don't have the right rebuttal. Over. Game over. So when you earn the trust, you better keep that trust. How do you earn respect? You understand what they're going through. First you have to understand before you can be understood. How can I go into a conversation if I don't even know what problems they have and if I can help them? Denise is the perfect example. How do I know? How can I even talk to her or text her or even ask to help her if I don't even know if I can help her? And I don't even know her industries. If I don't even ask her questions. First I have to earn her trust. The trust might have been when I forgot her name 5 times. I don't know. You know what I mean? But she finally beat me down. I got it right. But, you know, I think it was my attitude, you know, my energy, my excitement, you know, hopefully my seminar. Then we started talking more. But I laid down the groundwork. I said, I'm going to earn trust and respect. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be authentic. Now, what's the third thing? Remember, I got 3 seconds to do these 3 things. Value. How can somebody know if I have value in 3 to 5 seconds?
You got to know your value proposition.
How can somebody know if you're valuable by an email you send or a text message you send? Oh, it's another real estate agent. Man, I got to call this one. What is it about it? Your mindset is going to determine whether how you talk to someone is going to determine what kind of language you use on a text message. See, I don't like using $10 words. These big high-end words don't mean nothing. I'll give you a 50-cent word that got more power. Keep it simple. Stupid. That's what I tell myself. One day I was working for this marketing company out here in El Paso. What an idiot. I said, I'm going to partner with him because I needed his back end and he needed sale. But he wanted me to sell his way. And here I sounded, imagine me sounding all sophisticated. Like, come on, man, that's boring. Like, I'm not using that word. No. I was over with it. Because one, I wasn't helping him because one, I wasn't making no sales, which means I ain't making no money. And he's going to judge me based on the sales I make or not make. But meanwhile, he wants me to sell his way. So I said, no, I cannot do that. Because what value do I have if I'm trying to use these big words that everybody else is using? I'm not that guy. I refuse to buy into that. What makes me different is Paul Cruz. Does that make sense? So that's number one. So that's the opening of the call. You set the tone for how all of this is going to go. You already know you want to get a listing and you want to go into escrow and you want to fund it. That's your end game, right? So don't worry about that no more. Don't even focus on that. Focus on the process. How do you earn that trust? How do you earn that respect? How do you earn that value? How do they see value in you than any other real estate agent? Does that make sense? You have to distinguish yourself to be different. I don't want to be seen as a sales trainer or a coach or anything. That's what I do. Just don't call me guru. I don't like that. Yeah.
I have a question. How do you gain value in anything that you're selling, or how do you perceive value to someone?
That's a great question. The way it does is this. Let's say, I'll give you an example of my janitorial client, right? So what happens is this. There's two problems. You got the person that's providing the service, which is the janitorial company, and then the person that needs the service, right? So typically what happens in that industry, they do what they call a walkthrough. Right? So you walk through the building, then they send a proposal, they send what they call a bid, they email it to them. So the guy who's providing the service just set the tone. There's no value in that email. You know what the value is? If they got the lowest bid, they go for it. They don't know who you are. You're just a janitorial company. No, so let's change that. How can I get this person that needs my services to tell me what their price is, because nobody wants to give a price, because everybody wants to bid, and tell me what kind of services they have to see if I can win their business. So I said, listen, I want to earn your business today or 6 months from now. And I don't do a dog and pony show. I don't like wasting people's time, because your time is valuable like mine. I want to know if I even have a chance to win your business. That's not typical language in the industry. So the value is if I could save you money, because now they're talking about expenses. So if you generate $1 million a year, and let's say for janitorial it's $10,000 a month, right? That's $120,000 a year. If I can cut $10,000 expenses on that, your profit margin just went up. So that's how I talk with them. Listen, I'm not going to put a bid. I'm not in the bidding business. I'm in the deal-making business. The reason why I'm more valuable to you is because cleaning is what I do, but building relationship is what I focus on. And how I build relationships, I make it a win-win situation.
So by adding value in that situation, you basically I guess more creative with the way you structure the deal.
Yes, because that's a very good point. Here's what happens. When you think something is valuable to you, right, and it's everything, you see it as everything. Is there a price?
No.
But if I tell you, listen, let's say my name is Paul Cruz, I'm with Paul Cruz Sales Agency. Listen, I'm selling you a social media package, it's $5,000. You're like, so what?
We had this conversation this morning. He asked me, hypothetically, if somebody offered you $5,000 for your cat, would you take it? I said, hell no. He said, 10? No.
You see my point? So that's a good question. And so remember, when something is of value to you, that's why you gotta sell value first. I had a client the other day, he asked me, Paul, what are you selling? How much does it cost? I said, are you kidding me? I just said hello. I don't even know what your problem is. You're asking me for a price? Come on, man, let's be serious here. Then I go into it. So if you know what your value is, you have to know it. And you have to have conviction. Because if you don't have conviction, how are you going to convince somebody else? And so when it comes to the price, they look at it, man, I'm ripping this guy off. Because the value you gave them, because they're thinking a certain way, the solutions you're providing for them, is they'll never take another call. Okay, so now think about it. I got 3 seconds, 5 seconds max to create trust, respect, and value. How the hell do you do that? I'm glad you asked that question. All right, everybody got that? Okay.
Can I touch on kind of like what you've said so far?
Sure.
There's a couple of things that stand out to me about what Paul's going over that we've been over as a group before, okay? So we always talk about, he's been talking about being a storyteller. Communication. Have we or have we not had plenty of conversations about how communication is key? You're going to build your relationships through your communication. So get good at communicating. That's your job to figure out. Get good at communicating. If you're having interactions with people, start with your family and friends, and they're getting upset about what you're saying, and you're like, but that's not what I meant. Well, look within yourself and try to figure out, like, what am I saying wrong? Why is my message coming across in a different way that I mean for it to get across? Because it's not what you say, it's what they interpret that you mean that matters. What you say is irrelevant. If I'm telling you, Angie, I think you're beautiful, and you're interpreting that I believe that you're ugly, it doesn't matter what I said. It doesn't matter. Because your perspective is your reality. So get good at communicating. That's everything that he's talking about. 2, he talked about time. Time is our most valuable asset. Whether somebody that you're talking to knows that or understands that or not, that is what people value. People value their time. So it's important for you to value their time just as equally as it's important for you to value your time. What did Paul say? Not only am I not going to waste your time, but I don't want to waste my time. Right. I don't have time to waste on the dog and pony show. Right. I'm not going to do the bid thing the way that everybody else does just so that you can tell me no. I'm here to create a valuable proposition, a deal, a relationship with you. Can we make it happen or not? It's as easy as yes, no. We also read the Rich Dad Poor. No, not Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Kiyosaki.
No. Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich.
We read
Napoleon Hill.
We read Think and Grow Rich. One of the things that he says is, as long as somebody has all the information that they need, they should be able to make a decision within 30 seconds. Right. So it's your job to give them that information. And if they can't make a decision within 30 seconds, they're not serious. Right. They're wasting your time. And the same vice versa.
It is, and I'm going to add to that. I did a deal today, and here's what I did. I tell my guys, like, they can't see what I know because I'm dictating the tonality. I said, I'm going to put this guy on hold for 5 minutes. He's going to still wait there for me. He's waiting there. Hey, listen, I'm sorry I put you on hold. You know how to, and I was just waiting, just doing that. Listen, I got bad news for you, but I got phenomenal news for you. Let me give you the bad news. You're talking 5,000. I can't do it for 5. I'm gonna do it for 7, but I'm gonna give you a discount. What? What are you talking about? Well, if I didn't have no value, why the hell would he stay on the phone for 5 minutes and wait for me? That's all I did. I raised the price $2,000. I still gave him a discount because I knew how he got that deal. So I brought it to the table. Said, listen, I'm in the relationship business. I don't want after my contract, you got to worry about getting somebody like me again. I'm going to check you out every month. Every month I'm going to give you a call to see how things are going. Because at the end is I understood the game, but I understood their mindset, how they go towards the game. So if I change the way I do business, I get to choose whether I want you. See, you don't choose me. Mm-hmm. I want you. I called you. I don't need you. There's a lot of buildings next door to you. I don't need you. I want you. And I want to help you. That's my attitude. But everything is a transition.
That's the mindset. That's that abundance mindset.
And here's the other thing.
Stop acting thirsty and desperate with your clients, because there's plenty of clients that could use our services.
Right. And here's the other thing is, in the first minute of my conversation, they're not talking. They're not saying one damn word till I finish. Then I'm going to let you talk. Because if not, they're not going to know my value. They need to know I'm going to fight for them. Just the way I fought them. Listen, I'm going to earn your business, which means I got to slap you down, I got to break you down, I got to build you back up, and you got to be on my path. Because it's for your best interest. I'm the doctor, you're the patient. I called you because you don't even know you're sick. But that's okay, I got you. I got you. But that's how a Hollywood movie is. They get you a trailer, you go to the movie theater, you got a family of 5, you literally drive to the movie theater, you got 5 kids, you spend $250, you come out there, you're all pissed off. You're going to recommend that movie? No, you're only going to recommend it to somebody you don't. Yeah, it was a good movie, go pay for it. No different. That's how they hook you. Okay, does that make sense? Any other questions on that? All right, now we're going to go into the second part, which is called the body of the call. This is when you earn the trust, you earn the respect, and you have value. Now what they're telling you, if they allow you to go to the second part, this is the storytelling. So I'll give you an example. I'll be brief and to the point. I know that you're busy. My name is Paul Cruz, blah, blah, blah. Listen, if I could show you a way to increase your sales volume, right, and help you increase your annual revenue and help you have a high profit margin, are you open to it? And if we're a match, we can do some business. If not, I promise you, we'll part ways as friends. Fair enough? When they say fair enough and they say yes to that, they're telling you, okay, sell me. I'm giving you the stage. Now, this is when the rubber meets the road. You earn respect, trust, and value. You better not lose that. In the body of the call, there's a thing called intrinsic value. Intrinsic value. Forgive my writing, guys. Intrinsic value. It's a stock terminology. It's how you determine a stock. So in the opening of the call, they have a perceived value about you, right? They have some value. You have some value. You got them through the point. Now they're saying, okay, show me what you got. This is when 90% of the sales are generated. I'll know within 5 minutes if I have a sale or not. 5 minutes. Remember, I don't want to waste your time or my time. But if you don't know that they're not a real buyer, you're going to be wasting your time. Now, when you waste your time, you waste your mental capacity. Now you get discouraged. Now you're afraid to get back on the phone because you didn't do your job. And then you want to blame somebody else. I take full responsibility. I had a guy hang up on me today. He was the first call I made. Usually I warm up. The guy hung up on me. You know why he hung up on me? Because as I put him on hold, my phone rang. And now I never leave my phone on. And by the time he had too much time to think. Because I don't let people speak in the beginning. I know it sounds harsh, right? But they're going to benefit from it. Because I know I'm not going to waste my time. So 90% of sales. Now intrinsic value. How do you increase your value from the opening to the body of the call? How do you think you do that? That's okay if you don't know. What do you think? Don't be afraid to say if you don't know, that's fine. It's better to say that. Okay?
Maybe giving them information.
Turn the call over to her. I'm just kidding.
I will do that. She does. You heard that right here.
This is the transition. Okay, so remember, you earn trust, which is hard. You earn respect, and now you have what they call perceived value. You can meet somebody and you have a perception about them. As you start to talk to them, you hang out with them, it's called appealing the onion. You start to see what they're all about.
So listening, like getting them to talk and ask questions?
Yes, that's part of it. So what you do is this. The way you determine your value is how you handle their objections. Is it an objection or is it a buying question? See, people take it personal. I love objection. When somebody's telling me yes, 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 I say, are you serious about this? You're not resisting me? Come on, man. So I do something to piss them off. Will you say yes, yes, yes? I mean, that's very rare that they go yes and then you just buy, right? That's very rare, 1 in a million. But I want you to fight with me. I want to earn your business. I want to take you to the mat. I'm going to have you tap out. So the way you do it is you give them a path of giving you an objection so that you can use your rebuttal. Okay? That's setting the tone. I know, okay, I want them to tell me they're not interested. No, I understand you're not interested. You're telling me why should you do business with me than somebody else? So, the way you increase your value, how you handle objections, how you ask them questions, how intimate you are with this industry. Do you know the language a little bit? You don't need to know everything. And you just listen to them. And you reiterate what they told you. Hey, listen, as I understand that you got 3 buildings, and this one is 20,000 square feet. Oh, no, 25. Now they tell you the real answer. Your doctor, when you go to the doctor, what's the first thing they do? They send you to the reception, they take all this information, then they make you sit there for half an hour because they want your defense to be down. Then they go and they check you again. Oh, you only have this. Well, 3 hours? Doctors are always there and get paid, right? So when they say, hey, Paul, be here at 8 o'clock, do you mean 9 o'clock? No, listen, my time is valuable. I don't want to wait here an hour for you because you decided, 8 o'clock is just 8 o'clock so you can have your whole booking. Nah. If you tell me 8 o'clock, I want to be seen at 8 o'clock. Don't tell me 8 o'clock and I got to be there at 9 because I will cancel. I will walk out. I'll just leave. Why? It's my time. He's going to get paid whether he's late or not. No, screw that. You're not getting my money. Hell no. Not only no, but hell no. Right? You won't think about that, but that's how I see things. I'm going to the doctor. If you told me 8 o'clock, I'm going to be there. I want to be seen at 8 o'clock. So I'm there at 7:45. So 90% of sale is when you're able to deal with them, whether, okay, they have a mortgage or what their finance is. You want to be able to do that upfront before you meet with them. You want to get them to do certain things that you would typically do when you get there, where you look at it and you tell them to do that. No. You tell them what to do. I need you to do this. Before I take your listing, now you flip the script. I don't need your listing. I want it because I can help you. But you got to help yourself. I don't want to go over there, and you're telling yourself, go over there, waste gas, waste time and money, and this person's a schmuck. And they had a bad attitude towards you. Now you got to deal with an attitude. But that's your fault. Because you could do that right over the phone. Why not? Is there a law against that? No, you're not breaking the law. You determine how you want to do the deal. You set the tone. So 90% of the sales happens in the story. Storytelling has to do with emotion, it has to do with logic, it has to do with numbers, it has to do with benefits, it has to do with everything that a movie will have in that point. Because if you don't do that, they're disappointed. You gave them a good trailer in the opening, but then you gave them a shitty ass movie. They have to reach the climax, as they say in the movie industry. They need to know that, man, I'm gonna go with these people. They're gonna solve my problem. Let them cry over the phone. You see what I'm saying? So 90%. Now, what's gonna happen is you're gonna know on the phone whether that's a deal or not. How would you like to know before you get there you got a deal? You could do that. I'm going to teach you how to do that. I can't make you do it. But that's what I see happening. That's what I do with my client right now. That's what I do for myself. Correct me if I set the tone with you. Right? If you didn't trust me or believe in me or anything, then it was cement. I have value to you. The price was irrelevant. Because I understood. And when she told me, hey, let's do 2 hours, right? And you don't mind me telling her? She said, let's do 2 hours. She said, I'll give you an hour and I'll give you an hour for free. And as I started thinking about it, I said, no, that's not going to be enough. That's not going to help. I need to put a strategy together for you to really benefit from what I'm offering you. So we came to an understanding. Why? Because I understood her situation. More than what she understood what she needed me for. And I said, let's do it. And then after 30 days, we'll go back and say, we could do something different. But I already understood that coming in. What I know I needed to do for you guys. Because if not, I'll be cheating you out. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's the intrinsic value, 90% in storytelling. Those are the 3 things for the body of the call. Now we're going to the good stuff. The most valuable skill you can learn is to become a dynamic, powerful, and exciting sales person.